Good morning. Some days I wonder if I'm ever going to run out of things to talk about. When you have to do a video every day, not that I have to, I hear you, but when you choose to do a video every day and you want to keep them fresh and up to date and everything, you wonder, or at least I wonder, when will the topics run out? And the answer is never. As long as we're living in this world, we create enough drama and enough opportunities to see many different things from many different perspectives. I actually stole stole a blurb today from TUT. That's Mike Dooley's Monday through Friday little blurb, and many of you probably already get it. You can join the TUT's Adventurers Club, I think, for free. But I liked his commentary today, and I thought, well, I can use that for today's topic. So I altered the title a little bit from what he had written. I added a few words. And what I came up with is this: 2012, just say no. Here's what I added: I'm more than that. And what his message was today was, it's like you're a fabulously complicated jigsaw puzzle piece, Ron, with stunning colors, wildly serrated edges, oceans of emotion, mountains of possibilities, worlds of talent, and complex energies. But for as long as you see yourself as just a human, you'll never quite know where you fit in. Just say no, the universe. And he always adds the little PS, which today is, you're just another part of me, Ron. And knowing this, all else starts to make sense. For a long time, I have felt that the most important spiritual practice of all the practices that you can choose from, and there are many, and all of them have value, and you can benefit from all of them to some degree or another. But the singular most important thing to me has long been identification. Who am I? Who am I? If you cannot answer that question the way that Mike Dooley just presented, just another part of me, which is God, or however you want to call the creator, whatever you want to call the source, whatever you want to call the power or the all that is, if you don't see yourself as part of all that is, then he's absolutely correct. No matter what you do, if you don't start there with identifying that I am more than just this human being having this experience in time and space with this body and this name that's been given to me by my parents, or some other name in a spiritual exercise, if you don't see that you're more than whatever these things are, whatever these practices are, whatever this religion is, whatever the ideology might be, if you don't see yourself as more than that, you'll never know where you fit in. Because you won't fit in. You'll try to be making just that fit somewhere into the bigger piece, but you are the bigger piece. So am I. We're all the bigger piece. It's all inside of each of us. Identifying the microcosm, little me, with the big picture makes all the difference in the world for me and for everyone. I mean, for years of my life, even when I've been down and forget who I am, I can always go back to that booming voice in a dream that I didn't hear with my ears, but I heard it in the dream. You are a priest forever, after the order of Melchizedek. I was identified in spirit in the dream with something bigger than just what is happening in my life and in my world. And what is true of me is not just true of me, it is true of all of us. Christ was a priest forever, the high priest forever, after the order of Melchizedek. And we are part of that priesthood. We are part of that Buddhic brotherhood. We are part of that Muslim family, that Hindu grouping. We are part of the higher caste, if you will. And I don't believe in a caste system. I believe we're all equal. But the higher caste, the Brahmin caste, in Hinduism, identifies itself with the Godhead. Well, even the untouchables, the lowest class, they are also connected to the same power, the same God, the same source. That is where we derive our being from. Our real identity is bigger than the little identity that we work with in time and space as human beings. Yes, we are human beings. Embrace all that you are as a human. I not only think that that's a good idea, I think it's an essential idea, because you'll never understand the God part if you don't see the God part in the human part too. So many people try to just look at that, and there's a saying, they're so heavenly minded they're no earthly good. That's a cliche, but there's truth in it. If all you identify with is something else out there, then you'll never understand what it means to be here. And you can't get there unless you're first willing to be here. Because when you're here and you see fully what here means, you're already there. But you're only there when you're in the now. When you're embracing your humanity and divinity at the same time, you are seeing yourself fitted into the part of the panoramic puzzle, if you will, of life, where God is divided, apparently, into all these beautiful segments, but the segments do fit together. And this is the thing that I'm reminded of again and again, though I sometimes, in my humanness, in my humanity, forget. I get drawn up and caught up in the things that are going on, the circumstances that I sometimes feel under the circumstances, under these conditions. We aren't under these conditions, but we have to deal with them. I have to deal with what's going on in my world. I have to deal with the fact that in a little over 2 weeks, they're still threatening to auction my house. I'm still waiting for a response back from a very good friend for one of the things that I have on the agenda to do before that happens. Uh, and the person hasn't gotten back to me, and it's been almost a week. I think last Tuesday. So it's been, as I said, almost a week, and I still don't have that piece of the puzzle, but it will all come together. And I get anxious sometimes, but I don't stay anxious anymore. I don't stay anxious over these things, because somehow, and I don't know the how, like I said a couple of days ago, leave the how to God. I don't know how, but I know that I'm taken care of, because I know who I am. It's so important to, whenever we get caught up, whenever we get caught up in this drama, and we're all drama kings and queens, by the way. You wouldn't be on this planet if you weren't a drama king and queen. We like drama, that's why we create so much of it. But we're more than that. We just say, when we start thinking, when the little voice says, "You're poor, poor, pitiful me," like I'm poor, I can't do this, I can't do that, I'm weak. When you start saying that, that's the time to just say, "No, I'm more than that. I am that, but I'm more than that." And that's embracing both the limit and the limitedness. It's embracing both. You say, Ron, that's a contradiction. That's embracing the paradox. I am this, I am also that. I am that, I am. But I am this, I am. Both. You see, that way you don't stay lost in Never Never Land, or in this maze of complications called human life. You don't get lost in either one, because you are both. So am I. We all are. And as we realize this, the drama has a way of unfolding and bringing good. That's what it means, just letting go. And yet, you're not letting go as in quitting. You're still living. You're still living your human life. We're still going through the things that we have to go through on a day-by-day basis. Eating our food, washing dishes, the things that are routine for us. We still have to go through all of those things. But yet, that's not who we are. We're more than that. But knowing that we're more than that brings excitement. So that the fear that we feel being human is side by side. It doesn't erase the humanity. And this is the thing that gets me so much about so many religions. They try to stamp out the humanity, the ego, the identification. You don't need to do that. Why do you need to do that? Now, somebody recently talked to me about her experience with the idea of being given a new name. Now, a lot of people are given spiritual names. Some have Native American names, some have Hindu names that are applied to them over their Judeo-Christian name or whatever. And I don't know if they do that in other religions, but I know here in the United States, there's an awful lot of people dabbling in a whole lot of spiritual practices where part of it is giving yourself a new name. And the lady said, I played with the idea. This was Margie, by the way, my friend, my very good friend. I played with the idea of a new name. And what I felt when I identified myself with that new name is my history of the given name, the name that I've had all my life. That history seemed to fall away, and it didn't weigh on me. And that's an interesting comment, an interesting observation, that when I identify myself with a new name, the old identity and all the baggage that's attached to it seems to release somehow, and it's not there. Now, I don't know. I've never done it because I've always refused to take any new name. The name I was given is the one I was given for this lifetime, and I'm good with that. That's why I don't use some Native American and there's anything wrong with that. I just choose not to do it because right now I am identified by my name as Ron Van Dyke, and I use that. And I'm not telling you what to do. If you feel like you need to be given a new name because your old name has a lot of baggage attached to it, play with it. We have that ability. We have that freedom to play with whatever we want to play with. The rules are not passed down on us, some arbitrary rule that the divine has passed down and says it must be this way. No, this is a playground. We're given freedom to be whatever we choose to be, to express how we choose to express. And man, if we're not learning that there are consequences to some of the ways that we choose to be and express. There are consequences. And those consequences are real. And there are rewards for other things. For thinking bigger and thinking outside the box. There are consequences of that and rewards for that. If there's anything that I can encourage everyone, it would be this. Please know that you are human and divine. Please know that. Please accept that. That is not, being human is not some curse that's been put upon you. No, it's a gift. It's an opportunity to, as he says, climb your mountains of possibility. Explore your worlds of talent. Delve into the complex energies. Look at the oceans. Feel the oceans of emotion that are you, that Mike Dooley wrote about. Feel them. We are so amazing. Think the amazing thoughts, the what ifs. Create. Create. Because all of this is who we are. So whenever you're feeling little, whenever you're feeling small and inadequate, whenever you're feeling insignificant, whenever you're feeling like the world or someone in your world has invalidated you, just say no. I'm more than that, because you are. I leave you with these thoughts. Namaste.